Oh my goodness, look at these. What are they? Goodwill price sticker says $7. Looks like this part is a vase, but Mama Goose is holding a lidded jar.
Hello everyone, it's Tiffany with Thrifting Vegas. I shop at thrift stores, estate sales, garage sales, and discount stores for items I can resell for profit on online platforms like eBay, Poshmark, and OfferUp.
Will we find something you like? Come with me and let's go thrifting! This is Las Vegas's newest Goodwill at Craig and Revere. We haven't been here in a couple of weeks, so everything on the shelves is going to be new to us. There's also going to be a brand new color tag of the week where everything with that color sticker is 50% off the marked price. Let's go in, we'll grab a card and see what we can find. Ooh, our new color tag of the week is orange. Thank you. Is orange, so we need to be on the lookout for orange tags. Let's grab a cart. I've got my Thrifting Vegas blanket and my reusable shopping bags. Let's pop those in and we will head on back to the hard goods section. I'm going to get my Thrifting Vegas blanket put into the cart before we reach the hard goods, and the temptation gets too great to immediately start combing the shelves. I've been really good about it in the past few videos, and you have been proud of me, so I thank you for that. Here we go. I'm getting quite good at doing this with one hand. Unfortunately, Jake isn't with me today. He has football practice this morning. There we go. We are all set. Good morning.
Good afternoon.
How are you? What's that?
I said good afternoon.
Oh. In this Goodwill, figurines and collectibles are on this square configuration, and I've already found something I like. Look at this candlestick. It's got satin flowers, $6. And as I pick it up, it's not ever such good quality, possibly Mikasa, definitely not crystal, just glass. So let's keep going. Owl plates are still here. The collection has dwindled a little bit from our last trip. Oh my goodness, look at this. It's a cockatoo or a cockatiel, maybe. Oh, but it's chipped. Massive chip there on its crest. That's such a shame. $8. I just can't forgive that, so unfortunately it will have to stay on the shelf. Let's keep going. Oh, down here is a cloisonne jar. Wonder how old that is. $8. Lovely blue base. Removable lid. It's got flowers and a bird, which is always a bonus. Looks to be in really nice condition, and there's definitely room for profit on that. So let's pop it in the cart. I think that might be worth $50 to $100. Little vase there, $3. Not much profit in that, so it will stay. What else can we find? Hershey's Kiss trinket jar. Again, not too much profit and plenty of those available. Here's a wall hook for $1, probably a $6 to $8 piece. That got glass, little blue collection on a tray. Ooh, she is quite nice. Oh, not again, ever such good quality. I can tell by picking her up. But I do have a couple of native pieces in my collection, so I'll bring those out. This angel is still there. We picked up 3 of those the last time we were here. Those are still available in my online store, thriftingvegas.com. Satin glass dolphin candle holder. It's $5. Jake found a very similar amethyst color one the last time we were here. Clear glass candle holders, tea light holders, vintage girl, little bit of damage. They don't sell ever so well for me, just about $6 to $8. Here's another jar. This one is faux stone, mass produced, I think. The magnetic candle holders are still here. Somebody suggested those might be for paper clips on the desk. I thought that was a really good idea. Some coasters. Ooh, what are these? They look a bit like trivets with chain handles. $4, made in China. The quality is just not there on those, and I think the chain handles are just for decoration. I wonder how you would display those, perhaps sideways on the wall and just let the chains hang down. Got plates, some dolls down here, all sorts of bits and bobs, candle holders, frames. Ooh, what is this? This looks like depression glass. Satin with clear. It's a yellow color. I do like that. Ooh, but $8. A bit too much for me for resale. And hopefully somebody comes in and rescues that for their collection. Here's a little metal turtle. It's a tree ornament. $2. Let's pop that up there where somebody can find it. I'm sad about this, but I just can't do $8. Look how this piece reflects the light. It's a faceted lead crystal candle holder. And oh, I just felt a chip on the corner there. We'll leave it. Back here is a little shoe. I love the float blue on the crossbar there. Only $2. Sweet little find. Very unusual. I wonder who makes that. We'll pop it into the cart. This piece is Czechoslovakian. It's a sugar bowl, but it's missing its lid. Unfortunately, it's $5, but it would make a super cute candle or a little air plant planter. Here we are in the kitcheny bits, and I have spotted pineapples. We've got a condiment jar for mustard or mayonnaise. I love the top of that, but it does have a big crack and a chip. $4. I do like the lines on this creamer. Lovely yellow piece. Again, $3. It does have a little bit of damage as well. These are the matching shakers to the pineapple. They're different sizes. $2. Oh my goodness, look at these. What are they? $7. This part looks like it's a vase, but Mama Goose is holding a lidded pot. Could definitely do different things. Put flowers in the vase and candies in the jar, or even stirrers in the vase and sugar in the jar. Here's another duck piece. This looks like a cookie jar, holding all sorts of fruits. This one is $10. That is just getting a bit too far up there for me, so I'll leave that piece. These are fun. Crystal shakers with red cranberry flash. They are $4 a piece. I feel like that's just going to be a bit too much for me for resale. They probably sell $12 for the pair. Let's get these into the cart before I forget. And you know what I think I want to do is take a look on Google Lens and see if we can work out who makes that cookie jar. Let's just finish the shelf quickly here to see if there's anything else for us. Some dishes. This looks like a flower bowl that I have a set of for my salads. More of a modern reproduction, I think. What else? Lots of bowls. Here's a flattened wine bottle. These used to sell quite well, not so much anymore, and they're very, very heavy, so I think we'll leave that. Here's some trays, serving trays made of glass, a spring-formed cake pan, ice bucket. Let's see. It's a baker, Anchor Hocking, I think. quite a nice tray here. It's a fun street scene. 99 cents. It does have quite a bit of scratching to it though, so I think we'll leave it. Let's use Google image search here. I'll open a browser, click on the little camera on the right of the search bar. We'll take a picture of our duck and Google will go through to see if it can match any images of what we have. This isn't looking very hopeful. Did I? Oh, look, I forgot to expand the picture to the whole piece. There we go. Let's try that again. Give it a moment to catch up. So let's see if now there are any matching images. Some a little bit similar, but nothing exact. Not seeing any prices that would make it worth paying $10 on that. We'll do the same thing with our duck pieces. These look a bit like Fitz and Floyd to me, but they're not marked at all. Let's see, again, no exact matches on Google Lens, but I really like these. Let's try the other one just in case. We'll take a picture, expand the square to capture the whole image to search for. Fingers crossed, it's generating. Now it's just zeroing in on the fruit part. I think we'll take them anyway. I don't think these shakers are going to be worth picking up, but let's take a look anyway. Expand the search window and it will generate. I have a feeling there's going to be lots of these for not much money available. Yes, there's a single one for $9.15 at $8 for the pair. It doesn't leave me enough room for resale and there seem to be an awful lot available, so let's pop those back on the shelf. On the other side are some sunflower salt and pepper shakers. Ooh, those are ever so lightweight, not ever such good quality. There's the salt. The pepper is missing its little knob on top. If those were better quality, I would definitely pick them up. But with that missing knob on top, $4, I'll leave them. Over here in the plates and dishes are some lovely sets. It looks like we've got a mixture of brands here. This is English Sadler. It is $10 though. It's a bit too much for me for resale. These look like Limoges, and over here, not sure what these are, but they're very, very pretty. Let's see if we can find one. Aladdin. I do love the pattern on those, and it looks like there's almost a full set. That platter is pretty as well. That goes with that second set we found. So many pieces here. Somebody would actually be able to replace their whole service, I think. Not for me though. These are lovely. The sugar is unfortunately missing its lid. Saucers and a teacup, $13 on those. Wonder if the other teacups are somewhere. This blue and white floral platter is pretty. It looks Bavarian. It's $6. Some Christmas plates here. Now, if these had a Santa on top, they might be Spode, so always check for that. Spode sells very, very well for me, especially round the holidays. Ooh, flamingos back here. Some melamine trays, $2. This one looks like it's very, very crazed on the surface, unfortunately. Same with that leafy one. And there's a fish one at the bottom. These lovely pink rose tart dishes by Christine Home used to do ever so well for me on eBay. Now, however, for some reason, there's an awful lot of them available online, and you can pick one up for right around $10. So for $8, we'll have to leave this for somebody else. I love to make quiche in mine. Ooh, look, There's lots more pieces of this lovely set on the shelf. Somebody must have had, oh golly, about 12 place settings of that. Lots more bowls, a nice rooster down there, turkey platters. I'm not sure what that is. Is it an underplate for a plant maybe? Very modern. Here we are in the glasses. This little piece has caught my eye. It looks like an antique glass, but as I pick it up, the feel is wrong. And it looks like that pattern is an overlay rather than being painted. This is the metal aisle. This wine holder has been here a while, but I'm oddly drawn to it. It might be the glass grapes. I don't think it'll sell too well though, so we'll leave it. Some candlesticks here. I think these might just be made to look old. They seem to be very, very smooth. This one has a little hole right there in the center. I'm still not quite sure if they are old or not. I think we'll leave them though. I saw this piece as I was editing my last video and I didn't really know what it was, but thinking about it, I think it secures napkins on a table, perfect for outdoor parties. I love that stripe down one side of it. Come in really handy. It's only $3, solid wood. Let's pop that into our cart. Here we are having a browse through the artwork. Here's a Ford. It reminds me of a couple of trinket trays that I have. A modern turtle on canvas. A sculptural tree. It looks like the top of the tree of life. And these pieces are still here. Oil on canvas that we saw the other week. Lots of model home art, as I like to call it. This piece is interesting. Looks like an assemblage of interesting pieces. If you watched my video from the grand opening of this store, you'll remember we found the lovely tapestry kittens in this section. So let's have a little look. This is the linens. Ooh, look at this beauty. It looks like a round tablecloth embroidered and a little bit lacy there. Crocheted lace. Edging is really, really nice. Cross stitch. Pink and mauve flowers. I love that. $5. Let's keep going. Where there's one, there may be more. Mixed in with the modern pieces. Lace and linen. These are all nicely pressed. Those look like napkins. I think I used to have some in cranberry, similar to those. This is pretty too, nicely starched. The giveaway to it not being ever so old is the label, as you can see here. It has a retail tag on it. Lace. Let's see. Ooh, look at this. Again, beautifully crisp starched linen with crochet on the edges. This one is yellow and green roses. Beautifully done. I really like that. Again, $5. We'll definitely pop that into the cart. I don't often find vintage linens like this, so when I do, I definitely grab them. Let's have a bit of a more careful look. Now we know that there are pieces worth having. What's this? No, I think that is modern, machine done. It's missing some of the beads and stitchery. Oh, crochet. I think this piece goes on the back of a settee or couch. Doesn't have any stains or damage. So we'll grab that as well. One more look. This is moving into the bath mats. Just around the corner on the end cap here, we've got some more vintage linens. crochet doilies, vanity covers, and some hankies. Now unfortunately they seem to be all priced separately from 99 cents up to $4 or $5. That's pretty, and that's just not going to work for me for resale. I need to be at $1 or less, preferably 50 cents. Right after this shopping trip, I'm going to share my top 5 best-selling items from my last haul. And look at this beautiful table runner. I think this is a Pier 1 Imports piece. It does have a little damage, some missing beads. Looks like it's been well used and possibly washed. Does it have a price? Oh, there we go. $15. A bit too much for us for resale, but that is lovely, isn't it? Be perfect for the holidays. And here we go with a rundown of the top 5 best-selling items from my last haul. In the number 5 slot are the lovely bisque angel ornaments from Hallmark. We've got love and joy. I paid $1.50 each for them and sold them together for $30. Coming in at number 4, the Mum's Pottery Face Mug by Mark Hines. It's a signed piece. I paid $1.50 for it, and I sold it for $30. At number 3, the vintage wooden pedestal stand that's a music box that rotates and plays Hello Dolly. If you didn't see the last video where we restored it with some mineral oil, do go back and watch that. The transformation is amazing. I paid $3 for it, and I sold it for $35. Coming in at number 2, the Artisan Pottery Christmas Tree. I love the simplicity of this and the muted colours. I paid just $1 for it, and I sold it for $49. And at number 1, the best-selling item from my last haul, the stunning set of 3 painted bird eggs. These were ever so popular. I was so excited to find all 3 of these. I paid $2 a piece for a total of $6, and I sold them as a set for $93. Here on my table is everything we found at Goodwill. A few things didn't make it onto film, but I will show you them, including this beautiful iridescent Indiana glass vintage dish. Absolutely gorgeous, perfect for some little snacks or appetizers, even some ornaments. I am asking $12. Oh, I do need to mention it does have no breaks, but a couple little rough spots at the edges here. Next are fabulous napkin holder. These are perfect if you do a lot of outside entertaining. You put your napkins in the middle there, and the top slides down and holds them, protects them from blowing away in the wind. Solid wood, $22 on that. And I wanted to bring out this to show you because it really matches the wood perfectly. I believe it's pine. It's a little candy or gum dispenser. You pop your gum or candy in the jar upside down, and then you pull on this and it dispenses it down the chute. This piece, $28. I wanted to show you these baskets. They're ever so handy, and I find them ever such a lot at my Goodwill. Perfect for lining and giving gifts, candies, cookies, or even some bath soaps. I like to have a few of those around. If you're interested in purchasing, they are $12 a piece. Let's move over here to this fabulous little porcelain shoe. It's almost a flow blue on the straps there. And in my research, I found that it is most likely a Pier 1 imports piece, quite hard to find. I am asking $24. Another hard to find piece is this set. This is a nutmeg shaker, part of a spice set. It is, as you can see, quite crazed, but for me that just adds to its history and its charm. Look at that darling little bird singing on the front there. I am asking $14 on the nutmeg shaker. Back here are a lovely pair of ducks. The fruit part is a little jar. And there's also a vase, or somebody had suggested to me as I was checking out that you could put jelly in here and have little individual spoons, and I thought that was a really nice idea. This one is set up the same way. We've got apples here and bananas over here. A little lidded jar and a vase type caddy there. They're really super, surprisingly not marked. Love the colors, they're beautifully painted. I am asking $28 a piece. Let's move over here to a couple of ethnic pieces. This is Mexican pottery. It's a little pitcher or creamer, hand painted, marked on the bottom, made in Mexico. I'm asking $18 on the Mexican pottery. And this piece is a little American heritage figurine, limited edition of 9600. It is vintage, 1988, made in Taiwan. A little native dad with his baby. He does have a little bit of paint loss on his face there. I am asking $12. I was so excited to find these lovely linen pieces. This one is crochet. I believe it goes on the back of a settee or a sofa. These are known as granny squares, I think. I am asking $28 on this piece. This is a round tablecloth. It's crocheted with cross-stitched flowers. The edge is really nicely finished, as you can see. Just a really lovely piece. Definitely has some age. I'm asking $24 on that one. And this is a pillowcase, beautifully decorated with yellow and green flowers, lovely stitching. It's beautifully clean and pressed. I am asking $16. Let's move back over here. I was really intrigued by this little pair, possibly the same artist, not necessarily. Both are signed. This is a little soap rack or a sponge caddy for the kitchen. And this is a mug. Looking at them, I don't know that the signatures match, but they are very, very similar. This could also be used for makeup brushes or even pens and pencils. $12 a piece on those. This is a lovely piece of French porcelain. It's for serving olives. The olives go in this section and the pits or cocktail sticks go here. The brand is Pillavoit. There is the mark. Pillavoit of France, porcelain since 1818. Really, really nice quality. The little olive design there is raised up. I'm asking $28. If you remember, in the store we saw that lovely artwork of the Ford car. I said it reminded me of these ashtrays I had in my inventory. Well, here they are. They can be used as coasters, ashtrays, or little trinket trays, or you could even pop them on the wall. They have cars in the dish area there and little flowers on the back. I am asking $12 a piece on those. Last but not least, my big find of the day, this absolutely stunning cloisonne jar. It's a lidded jar, beautiful burgundy with mauve and pink flowers and a bird, no less. Just a gorgeous design. Inlaid stone with gold trim. The inside is a fantastic turquoise inside of the jar and the lid, and the base is the same color. So detailed, beautiful gold around, another bird there with more plants. Stunning piece. It is quite weighty, very, very nice quality. I will pop a picture or a sold comp I found on eBay in right here so you can see what these are going for. And I am asking $75 on the beautiful cloisonne jar. If you see something you would like to purchase, please send me an email. It's thriftingvegas.tiffany@gmail.com. Please include your name, your mailing address, the item you're interested in, and your offer. I receive multiple offers on many of my items, so do feel free to offer a few dollars over my asking price to give yourself the best chance at purchasing the item. Do stay tuned. I have had many requests to bring more wood back to life, and these are in a right state. A set of vintage bowls, I believe. There are 5 of them here, and they need some dramatic TLC. Look at the state of these. They are sticky, they are grimy, and they are very, very thirsty for some mineral oil. Also, we have Bear and Rio, our German Shepherd dogs, coming up, and it really helps me out if you could watch all the way to the end of my video and then click on the end screen if you'd like to see some more. This is a set of vintage wooden bowls. They are hand turned. You can tell by the little holes in the base of each of them. And what that means is the artist started out with a block of wood on a lathe, a machine that spins the wood very, very quickly. And it allows him to carve and sand and shape the wood into beautiful bowls. Now these really need some TLC. As you can see, the wood is very, very dry on the bottom, and inside I venture to say that someone has used olive oil on these bowls and not used them regularly, because what happens is the olive oil builds up and it gets sticky and rancid and leaves this residue that you see here. I venture to say that this will come off with some warm soapy water. We'll leave them to dry and then give them a coat of beautiful food safe mineral oil that won't build up, it won't leave a residue, and it never turns rancid. Let's do it. Over here at my kitchen sink, and I normally wouldn't soak wooden bowls in hot soapy water because it risks water damage and ruins the finish, but these are so gunked up with oil and residue. I'm not exactly sure what it is. I'm thinking possibly olive oil, but they're all like this. It does look like someone tried to scrape it off, but let's get them into a hot soapy bath in the sink and we'll see what happens. Just running the hot water, and we'll put a couple of squirts of soap in. I want to fill just the bottom of the sink so I can just about submerge them in water and keep a good eye on them. I want to make sure they don't get too waterlogged, but at the same time make sure that that gunk is fully soaked. The underside of these bowls are quite different to the inside. They don't appear to have any sort of oil or finish on them whatsoever, but let's get them into the warm water. I'm going to make sure the bubbles get inside to loosen all the oil and grease and grime. We're going to leave them to soak for maybe about 10 minutes. We'll come back with a scouring pad and see if that gunk just comes right off. The bowls have been soaking for about 10 minutes now, so we're just going to lift one out, and I'm going to take an old scrubby that I save instead of throwing them out for just this sort of thing. So I'm just going to take the scrubby and go around. Oh, I think that gunk is actually loosening up and coming off to reveal the wood underneath. Actually might need a little bit of a longer soak, but it's definitely coming off. Let's do one more. This one's quite gunky. Just going to apply quite a bit of pressure and scrub, and it's definitely coming off. I'm giving the bowls a good rinse in clean water, and then I'll set them out to dry. Get it. Rio, what did you do? Rio!
Well, now we know she knows how to swim.
I don't know how we're going to get you out.
Rio, come here! Oh, she wants to get out.
Hi. Would you want to go out? You don't want to go in the pool? No interest whatsoever in the pool. He only likes the lake, doesn't like the paddle pool or the big pool, doesn't like the hose. Which is funny because when we're at the lake, all he wants to do is get in the water. I'm doing some editing. Ziggy is helping. Bear is here with Rio, and Bandit is up here on the chair. Let's go see him. Here's Bandit. Rio's checking on him. Is he alright, Rio? Okay. Just having a rest. Now that it's summer, the cats have been spending an awful lot of time in my office off the master bedroom in their cat tree. Here's Bandit, little feet dangling over the edge. He's got his paw over his face. Sorry, Bee, am I disturbing you? Poor Bee. Very sleepy. And on the top bunk is our Ziggy. Hi Ziggy, that's really high up. I'm just looking at him through my screen. Hi Ziggy. Here he is. Hi babe. Hello, oh I'm sorry, did I wake you? Hello, poor Ziggy. Ziggy. Very sleepy. Oh goodness. Hello. Hello. Okay, I'm sorry. You go back to sleep, my love.